The Mastery season is all about why to love your haters. I start up with a brain tattoo. You can be a history maker. Uh, you can be liked by everyone around you. You can't be boss. The very nature of living your personal greatness and doing something otherworldly and our work of ours means you are going to have to think differently from the majority. You are going to have to install the habits and routines that most people don't do. You are going to have to live, talk, breathe, work, produce, create in a way that most people who are caught carrying members of the cult of mediocrity just don't buy into. When you look up most people out in the world today, and they are not judging, they are just reporting, but they are addicted to entertainment. They love gossiping, they are negative, they are toxic. Anyone who wants to do anything great, they want to bring them down. They dismiss the game's changes and they are just cutting through life. And so the very nature of you stepping up your game, living your greatest potential, owning your craft, dominating your field, and living the life that is legendary means you are going to have to leave the 5% and make a decision to leave a very few people do. What does that mean? It means you are going to be loved as. It means you are going to be ridiculed. It means you are going to be misunderstood because leadership is a lonely spot and it means you just might be hated. So this mastery season is me sharing some of my through and why there is great values. When people hate you, now look, I try to be a decent human being. I work really hard on being loving. I try to treat people very well. A lot of my interior work is around compassion, living my values, operating from a place of grace, forgiving people, and being the most loving person in every room that I'm in. So please understand that the context for this mastery season. Few things are as important as being kind and decent and good, and operating from a place of job-based humanity. So having said that, I think you are like me, and you also want to do something great in your career, and you also are fighting for your lost dreams, and you also understand that mastery breeds science, and so there is great value when people start to hate you. Look up Jay. I was reading his biography and he said, I really knew that I was having an influence. in the popular culture. When people start hating me, if you look up a lot of the rich authors, when their books go to number one globally, a lot of the amateurs actually start to say, "Oh, that is garbage. I could put them down." I watched a documentary last night on Step, the famous EDM electric dance music DJ, who is getting so much traction in the world right now. And he was talking about some of the comments that he see in the social media. It was things like gar- garbage, garbage, and boring, and amateurish, amateurish music, and whatever. Even though he's so skilled, just watch the documentary called "I Step When I Dance," and you just see the skill. You can just look up any great athlete, and you could look up any great scientist. You look you look up any great chief. You could look up any great artist. You could look at any great other. You could look at any great statement. You could look up any world class step woman, any who had done something at an exceptional level, great cynic and dismisser. The point is simply this: the very nature of doing something that very few people are willing to do means that the majority will laugh at you. Why? Because deep inside, they know they have the opportunity to do something graceful. Your example make them feel guilty. Let's, let's go deeper. At a deep emotional level, it brings up the shame of potential unexpressed. And most people don't know that this. This is very deep psychology, but when they see someone at a shining example of mastery, it brings up guilty, it brings up shame, and at a deep level, as unconsciously, they know that they were born into this innocence. We all are born into this ridiculously rich potential. We all know you know this. You have so much more in you than you are currently expressing to the world. You know, you know that you have the opportunity of mastery every day. But it is because of your and my worker nature that we don't live it, that we watch too much TV, or that we gossip, or that we miss opportunities, or that we allow fear versus bravery to rule the day, or that we don't install the habits of mastery. Here's another idea. Genius is less about your genetics and it is more about your habits. We own one genius, but how many people are willing to install the habits that will guarantee genius? So what do? It is a lot easier to throw rock at the icon than to do what the icons did to make them so successful. And let's not forget, when we see someone on an NBA court doing amazing things, or when we walk into an art gallery like, or we go to Vatican City to look up and we see Michelangelo, it is a lot easier to say, the people are genius, the people have different genetic coding than we do. That said, I could do that too if I'm willing to make the sacrifice, do the learning, put in the training time, say no to the distractions, forget about spending my life every day doing what makes me feel pleasure and start doing what's truly important. That is why there are so many dismissers, cynics, and haters in the world, because it is easier to be a victim. Even society itself are the build of rules, which is if you are doing something hard, you are doing something wrong. Actually, to be a great athlete champion, you've got to go to up against your limits. You've got to get up early and do the training time. You've got to be willing to suffer the pain of growing your muscle. Well, that is the case for any sport, any skill. So you have the majority that look for a life of ease. Watch the easier videos, hang out with the easy people, speak the easy conversations, do the easy work. Then you got the the rice the rice are produced who read the difficult books. They go to the difficult training course. They make the time to get up early and watch the online training. They have the difficult conversations. They they do the difficult runs that push them right to the edge of their limits, because as you go to your limits, the limits expand, and that is how they grow. So that's why there are so few people who actually get to a place called the world class. And all I'm subjecting to you with great love and respect is simply this: you do have a choice. You can listen to your hater. You can be one of the haters. You can join the victim hate. You can dismiss people who are doing great things. Or you can reach into yourself and ask yourself the fun, fundamental question: what do I want to stand for the rest of my life? Do I really want to rise to mastery? Do I want to get to the last hour of my last day, and now that I took every ounce of the human potential I was blessed with, and through easier times and difficult times, I brought it on as a result of my values and my mindset, my heart set, my habits, my routines, my discipline. I owned my game, and I